Cinna.
Pals! I'm going to make a concerted effort to not compare to the game. That's the comment I saw someone making. So I'm like, all right, you know, you're right. I was being a little bit obnoxious.
Yes.
Unintentionally, though, it's just like it was my visceral response to what I was watching. I'm like, oh my God, excitement or comparison. I will try my best to restrain myself. I will give myself a max of 3. And
3.
so,
Oh, shall I count them? Be like,
must.
that's your number 1.
if you must.
Okay, also, I have my Pedro shirt. So this is in memory of Joel, but also Pedro is the daddiest.
Yes. So, we are watching Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 3. Thanks so much for joining us yet again. Appreciate you being here, despite being annoyed with the jabs. And so, we're going to move forward. If you want to watch the whole thing with us without any cuts or interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/cinejump, or join or go to cinejump.com.
Join our Patreon. Yeah, exactly. Join it. Everything.
You say it 10,000 times, and then the 11th one is 10,001th time is where you like goof it up. Join our Patreon page at cinejump.com or patreon.com/cinejump. Both URLs will get you there all the same. You will need your own Max subscription so you can open up each episode side by side with our reaction. We give you a 3-2-1 countdown sync, and it's like you're watching it with 2 of your favorite pals from the internet.
Yee.
All right, here we go.
And daddy.
Oh.
Oh.
People got incinerated.
Whoa. No.
Not people.
Infected.
Infected.
At first, I thought they were hunks of meat, and I was like, have we resorted to eating infected now? But happily, that has not happened.
No.
That would be a bad idea.
Chara.
I'm always thinking about food, okay? Food is survival.
There's that watch again.
Because time stopped.
Well, that's Joel's watch.
That's symbolic of his time is up.
We'll get into it later, Charlotte. It's been like that for a while. He's a man who's seen some things.
You don't want to see your brother like this, though.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, God. No.
You know, with someone who has experience of losing a family member, there's the impulse to do that because you just need to see it. But also, you should not because it just stays there in your rote memory and you can't ever shake it.
Well, it's because, like, you're in denial, right?
Yeah.
You just want to check. It's like, is it really him?
Oh, he's got to clean him off.
Oh, he wanted to.
Oh, man, this is heartbreaking. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, because that stopped on the day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jarkirk.
I got it. Oh, God. You don't need to show us. That's okay.
Give Sarah my love.
Oh.
Dang, man.
Well, I hope he gets to go to some sort of afterlife where he does get to see Sarah.
This is interesting because he's like acutely focused on his personal loss, but
there's so
many.
much around him, in the background and like expanding out, and you see all of it. Oh my God!
This is already bad in modern times. Can you imagine in this world dealing with that?
You're in the hospital.
Oh,
Are you in pain?
Like emotional pain.
Oh, God. That'll haunt you forever, man.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, what an opening.
Yeah. I just hope that whatever they gave her stops you from having dreams, because can you imagine? You get sedated and then all you have are nightmares. That would really suck.
I am resisting. I am resisting with every fiber of my being.
I'm already broken.
No. I'm talking about comparisons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shut up.
How would you rate your pain? Scale of 1 to 10.
Nothing. 0.
0.
Quick to answer.
Today's the day.
So can I just...
Almost. I just need you to see one more person, then you're good to go.
She's been in the hospital for 3 whole months.
Yeah, the therapist.
How are you doing?
Fine.
If you say it that fast, it kind of implies you're not.
Ask me again.
How are you doing, Ellie?
Yeah, I miss him. He meant a lot to me. So, yeah, upset and sad.
Uh-huh.
But I was actually wondering about New Year's Eve. You two got into it at the dance. Was that the last time you spoke to him?
How is this helping?
I got home, he was on the porch, and I should have talked to him. But I didn't.
Do you regret that?
Yeah.
Obviously she does, dude.
Your final moment with someone doesn't define your whole time with them.
That's right.
It shouldn't.
I still don't have that maturity.
In my last moment with Joel, he said he wronged you. Maybe bad.
What is it that he said that he did?
He didn't say anything, though.
He said, I saved her.
He saved me a lot of times.
Yeah, I would think so, but that's not wronging someone.
No idea what he meant. I don't feel wronged.
Huh.
She's really doing a good job at keeping a secret.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to let myself off the hook for that.
Well, you really are doing good.
Yes, she is.
Everyone were as healthy as you. What would I do for weed and booze?
I wouldn't worry, Gail. There's still a lot of f***ed up people in this town.
But not you, though.
She's just better at hiding it.
She's not, though. She can see through her, but it's like, whatever. You can leave, I guess. She's going to say something else, isn't she? I don't know.
That felt like a very real interaction, though,
Yeah.
in terms of like a person who's more self-aware would deal with a therapist.
She's like, I know what to say.
Yeah, and she walks out and she's
Yeah.
like, it's all, like, it's still there.
It's only been 3 months. Oh, gosh. Wow. He was loved by the community, though. Damn it. Yeah, Jaby. Shush you.
I'm just so excited. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah. Thank God I have a bad memory.
Go through the adventure 3 times and you're seeing it brought to life. It's like, oh.
Oh my God, what's in there?
I think it's the watch.
You're right. Oh,
What a thing to inherit.
yeah. I give you death, baby.
That's wild because of just like her sheer size.
It looks huge.
It looks huge in her hands, but like, I feel like that's very relatable for anyone who loses a parent at a young age.
Because you still feel like a child.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Do we just go in there and like just bury our face in his smell? Scent is one of the most visceral like holders of memory.
No, after my dad passed away, I couldn't let go of a number of his clothes that like reminded me of him
Yeah.
for the longest time.
I think it's okay to keep some.
Yeah. Oh man, I know that feeling. It sucks.
I would literally just go and bury my head in the pillows right now and just have a nap. So I could still smell him. No, why are you here? We're having a moment.
I never said. I should have said thank you for all those times she came to visit.
Ah, that's okay. You would have done the same for me.
Yeah, maybe not as often.
Yes, you would have.
I made you cookies.
Oh?
Oh, that's really
Just 'cause?
sweet.
No, this is a peace offering
A peace offering for
For
what?
what?
because I'm about to make you angry.
Why? Eat a cookie first.
When you asked me about that day,
my God.
I told you I didn't learn anything useful. That wasn't true.
Oh,
I know most of their names,
Oh my gosh.
and I know where they're from.
Oh my gosh.
okay.
That's a lot of intel.
This town was wreckage and funerals for weeks.
Right.
Nobody was going to go after anyone. Mm-hmm. If you want to find someone, and the only thing you know about them is where they're going to end up,
You have all the time in the world.
maybe let them get there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's good.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
really
good,
good.
Made with love.
The dark-haired guy was Manny. The other guy was Owen. The girl with the dark hair and the bald one them's named Nora.
She's got a crazy
The
memory.
girl with the braid.
Abby.
Yeah, that's the one.
I saw a patch on a backpack. Yellow triangle, wolf's head.
People have a hard time just remembering names after an introduction. She got all
Yeah.
their names. That's crazy.
And she got knocked out.
I know.
He said that there were these small regional groups in the West all trying to fight Fedra, and how stupid it was that they didn't just join together. One of those groups was the Washington Liberation Front.
Wolf.
WLF. Wolf. Did he say how small they were?
No, but seeing as how no one's ever mentioned them since, I'm guessing small enough for us to handle.
Who else knows?
Just us.
Okay.
I wasn't going to tell anyone before you.
She looks like borderline psychotic.
I gotta think about this.
Think about what? Let's f***ing get these guys.
Ellie, it ain't that simple. The town is still recovering.
Yeah.
We get where you're coming
No,
from.
we don't
but-
get where you're coming from.
Oh.
I don't get where you're coming from. If it had been you, Joel would be halfway to Seattle before the sun came up.
But when we lost people, no. It would just break him like it was his fault. I saw that time and time again, and don't talk to me like I didn't know him.
Right.
He was my brother.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, shush you.
But if we're gonna put a posse together, we gotta do it right. Which means taking it to Maria. Yes,
Yep.
it's necessary. She's gonna want a council meeting.
She looks reluctant.
But you'll back us, right?
Of course I will.
Okay. I reckon Maria says no, and then they go anyway.
Buried our dead 10 miles south of town. If you want to visit them.
When we're on our way to Seattle.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
here we go.
Oh. He looks like Robin Hood.
No. This ain't Robin Hood.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they've all got the same scars.
Mm-hmm.
What, even the kitties?
No one falling, all clear. Keep moving.
Good.
Okay.
Once we get resettled, teach you to whistle.
I still can't whistle.
You're dead in this world.
Why can't she just keep us safe?
The prophet?
Ooh. Oh.
She's been dead 10 years, Constance. I'm gonna count on her to help.
Oh.
Ezra said the prophet is eternal.
Well, she is in a way. They're just people that see truths hidden from others and share that truth no matter what the cost.
Yeah.
And that's how we keep her spirit alive. Follow her words, we obey her teachings.
So he's
we
like
keep
the leader.
ourselves safe.
Oh. Oh, we got like hammers and stuff.
You feel safer?
Yes.
Oh, is that for killing infected?
Understand what we're giving you now. Keep you far, far safer than a hammer.
This is fascinating. You're getting backstory,
Distance
but it's also showing you how they're indoctrinated.
Yeah.
from war.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Yeah, they all look scared. Bushes.
Oh,
Bushes.
yeah. Does that mean infected or people? Good camouflage.
Demons?
Wolves.
Oh. The WLF.
War.
Oh.
Now the right side. Just the right side.
Come on, man. That side hurts more.
I noticed.
That's why you gotta train your weaker
Yeah.
side.
So you know about the meeting coming up.
I know about the meeting coming up.
Can I count on you?
It's like politics.
Can't discuss upcoming votes.
Seriously, it's me.
Come on.
Dude, you were there.
I know that too.
It's gotta be impartial.
Here's a little advice.
Prepare.
Organize your thoughts.
Yeah.
Write them down, and then read them out loud tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, because I'm stupid.
Because
No.
you're angry,
Yeah.
and no one's gonna vote for angry.
Yeah, they're not gonna vote for being emotional.
That's sound advice.
I said that Joel meant so much to so many of us. But he wasn't the only one. I lost my sister that day. Mm-hmm. Now you want to send what? You're saying 16 of our best? Well, while they're gone, who's going to be on the
Exactly.
wall if raiders come?
And they need every man they can to rebuild as well.
Yeah.
Continue that effort.
People came and killed Joel. So why wouldn't we want to take our vengeance?
Oh.
Hold on, he's not done.
Because we're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Forgive and be forgiven. No grudges, no revenge. And I'm not even a Christian.
I was about to say, this sounds so Christian what he's saying.
That's what separates us from the raiders and the murderers. Our capacity for mercy.
I'm
Our sons
with
and bitches
him.
don't deserve our mercy.
He's on side.
Well, of course they don't deserve it. That's what makes it mercy. Well, to hell with that.
Oh.
To hell with you for saying
Oh
it.
my God.
Oh,
sit down.
okay.
No.
You're not on the list.
No! They'll come back because we didn't make them pay. And when they come back, they'll be laughing.
Well,
You'll all deserve it.
you go and kill them, and then they plan a revenge, and they come back. And then we just keep doing that over and over again.
Yeah, but it's fascinating that he's the one that said that because Joel clocked him right in the face for offending Ellie.
I normally don't write things down because I normally don't think before I talk, which has gotten me in trouble before.
But not today.
And I want everyone to know, it's not because I want revenge. It's not. It's not about revenge.
Sure.
What I want is what you used to give people.
What?
I want justice. Because it's either that or we do nothing. That's what everyone else out there is going to do for us. Nothing. A whole world of people who won't lift a finger if something bad happens to me or you. They're called strangers.
Okay.
Well, I don't think that we're strangers to each other. And I swear, if someone hurts any of you or the people you love, you can count on me. That's what holds all this together.
She's making a good speech here, though.
Not for me. Not even for Joel. I am asking you, please, do it for us.
Strong argument. Oh, Maria's impressed. But
I mean, she's making a strong point.
yeah. So only the council gets
What do you
to
think
vote?
happens? What do you think happens?
I don't know. She was pretty persuasive.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay. Is it even?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There's more no's.
Yeah, more no's.
No.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay.
We're already outnumbered.
No.
Okay.
I have not
I've
enough.
got
No.
6 no's.
Dang. Okay, it's way more no's.
Yeah.
The proposal is rejected.
Damn.
He voted no.
Do you think he voted no?
I think he voted no.
If I were on the council, I would have voted no.
Why?
Because
Resources?
no, well, yes, also like protection and everything, but also like then you're just starting a war.
They started it first, though. They threw the first stone.
They did throw the first stone, but just because they did doesn't mean that you have to retaliate in that way.
I spotted you in the crowd at the meeting today. Yeah. And I thought to myself, she's probably been extra busy these last few weeks.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to see a shrink myself, to process
exactly.
it all.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyone here?
So what do you do
talk
then?
to
Well,
herself.
I'm an alcoholic. I smoke as much weed as I can.
I'm nervous she's going to do something stupid.
Yeah, 100%.
What, you didn't believe her speech?
Did you?
Of course not. She's a liar.
Well, there's a difference between lying and being a liar.
Oh, I know. And that one? Liar. It was maybe one person she told the truth to, and he's...
Yeah.
Careful.
What matters is you're afraid. So, let's talk about it.
Okay. For
Free
free.
charge.
Yeah.
I just don't want her to go down the same paths that Joel did,
Right.
coming up with justifications and such. All he was really doing was lashing out.
So you think she might have learned that behavior from him?
No.
No.
Turns out nurture can only do this much. The rest is nature.
Right.
If she's on a path, it's not one that Joel put her on.
That's just her.
You inherited her, and you want to keep her out of trouble. Take it from a psychotherapist of 40 years. Some people just...
Yeah.
Some people just can't be saved.
Oh. I'd hate to hear that being said about myself.
Well, she's not saying it to Ellie.
I know, but I'd hate if someone thought that it doesn't seem,
She's like, screw your vote.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I'm going.
It's all out.
Who is it?
Throw a blanket on top of it.
Hey,
I'm busy.
I'm just going to bed.
She knows. She's too smart for it.
Are you alone?
Okay.
I've got
You
cookies.
better be.
Get in. Christ. Please don't try and talk me out of this.
Oh, you think that's why I'm here?
Is she armed?
What's your plan?
Go to Seattle and kill Abby.
Okay, great plan.
What route?
Northwest?
And is that all guns, or do you have medical supplies in there?
Food.
That's a great question, actually.
Yeah.
Better not land weird on an ankle or get a fever on your well-charted path northwest.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Get a map.
Got a map.
Yeah. Pack some Band-Aids and paracetamol.
She's a ride or die.
Stage is through the National Forest. Once we're out,
We're out.
approach Seattle from the east, then reassess based on what we find. Provisions. Travel light but smart.
Okay.
Winter coats for beds, jackets for blankets.
She compliments Ellie.
Yeah.
Handguns. What are you bringing?
Okay.
Is that Joel's?
Yes.
That's what you're good at killing him.
Get right.
We'll save it for that.
Yeah.
Slow and
She
kicks
reminds
like
me of
hell.
Mila Kunis a little bit.
Really? Shoot your damn ass off? We'll want at least 100 shells apiece, plus 50 rifle rounds. Bring any long gun you want, as long as it's scoped.
Okay.
Chlorine tablets, a pan, and somebody keeps Shimmer dry.
Just Shimmer?
Yeah, we share a horse. Fewer resources.
Okay.
Everything else is what you'd figure, except this. Boots.
Oh.
Respect your consistency, but you're not crossing open country in chucks.
How the fuck are we gonna get all of this?
She already got it.
Oh no. No, don't tell me you told Jesse.
No. I love the man, but he's a little uptight about rules and shit.
Oh.
Wear all the clothes you're gonna bring. Fill your pockets with ammo. Everything else needs to fit inside a holster or your backpack.
Wow.
We'll meet by the old East Gate, 3 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, you could have just asked.
No, I actually didn't know that.
Now you do.
She came ready.
Yeah.
Like she had the whole beat sheet and everything.
She knows Ellie. She's like, this girl's about to do something stupid and just travel with a bunch of weapons and nothing else. I need to see if she changed her shoes. Oh, it's the old guy. Wow.
Trade.
What's the trade?
It's better. Trade.
Just take it. Wow.
Upgrade.
How'd you get her out?
Janine's night watch at the stables. She's sympathetic to our cause.
Our cause?
You're the one that gave the us speech, not me.
Ha! Way to call her out,
That's a wild thought. The person you hate most is the one who's helping you.
right?
You got 10 minutes before patrol comes by. Let's get you going.
Dang. Ellie really does hold a grudge, though.
Just gotta let it go.
I know. That's the lesson she needs to learn.
Well, that's her journey.
Yeah. It's like this man, sure, he was mean and bigoted in the moment, but he got over that and he's helping you now. So, like, just let him. Godspeed. Shake his damn hand, Ellie.
She didn't shake it before.
Thank you.
It's progress.
Yeah. Do we end here?
He's very convincing as someone who's got that injury.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. Well, she's true to her word. Wow, that's amazing that they made proper gravestones too.
That's a trek.
Yeah. Beloved brother and father. Is it the watch? Oh no. We're gonna grow something?
Oh, it's coffee beans. He was all about his coffee.
Aww.
As sad as this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautifully shot.
Oh my god. Oh. It's about to get sexy, I think.
Is it?
I think so. Let's cuddle for warmth.
I don't know. I would never feel comfortable. It's like, what if this is the time? An infected shows up, a bear shows up, one of those cult members shows up. She
I'm
awake.
telling you, Dina's about to turn over and be like, let's cuddle.
Okay, but I have a stupid question. It's about New Year's Eve.
Uh-huh.
You know, the kid. Whatever, you were super high. And you were drunk.
Right, so it doesn't mean anything if that's what you're asking.
No, I know that. My question is, How would you rate it?
Oh, like the best ever.
12 out of 10.
I'm just curious. Want to know if I'm any good at it. 1 to 10.
She's
10.
so livid that she's good at
5.
Okay, fine, 6.
Oh, okay.
You 6.
That's not bad. That sucks.
Let me do better.
Well, you asked, and I told you. I'm sorry. You can go back to Jesse.
it. We gotta do a
I already
redo.
did.
Okay.
Does it ever strike you as sad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he ever told you why?
No. But I think deep inside, that's just how he is.
He's just a sad boy.
At least I hope that's why.
Why would you hope that?
Because the other thing is scarier.
Well, because if it's not that, then it's me.
Oh. Okay. That's very specific.
Good night.
Right.
Is she like pressing up on her? No. She can't sleep now.
Ellie,
Oh. What?
it wasn't that high.
Oh, God. What are you doing, Dina?
She's inviting her.
Yeah. All right. Wow. We've come really far.
How much further?
Close. Maybe 10 miles. In theory, we'll come out near Highway 5, just north of the city.
Yeah.
Getting close to something.
I was wondering if
that's a
she's
trap.
going to see any of those people.
That's a trap.
You think that's a trap?
Yes.
It's from the game, isn't it?
No.
No?
A lot of what we've been seeing is not in the game.
He was running away.
Oh, it's a bullet hole.
What's that symbol?
I guess it's,
Is it the
I
dad?
don't know. I've never seen it before.
it's the scene from earlier on. Remember when they were walking?
Yeah, I know. But like,
So they were
the dad-
whistling.
the dad had a coat just like that.
A lot of different calibers. I don't think this was Fedra. Dina.
Dina. Whoa, 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 Dina. Whoa.
Oh, there's a lot of dead bodies?
Is it the kid?
I hope not.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
lot.
wow. And they killed the kid, didn't they?
Damn. Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
That's cold.
If this was f***ing them, if Abby and her crew did this to people,
Yeah.
to kids,
That's what you're going into.
Yeah. Let's go.
Proceed.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's like the Revenant. You know, I've never seen this part of Seattle. I've just been in the city.
We're close now.
Will they be super conspicuous on their horse coming up to Seattle like this?
It's quiet.
yeah,
A little too quiet.
Is that
too quiet.
Yeah.
Curtis or Viper?
Both in all 4 movies.
9 miles.
9 more.
Do we wait here, camp out here for the night?
Nope. Proceed. It's daytime.
Okay.
You got to go while there's daylight.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You're right.
This is where we end the episode. Oh, we're still going. It's like it's hard to know like how long it's been going, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Fucking Seattle.
Wow.
Plus, no one's shooting at us.
That's a positive.
Because there aren't that many wolves.
You don't know
There's
that.
about to be a whole lot less.
Curtis or Viper?
What? No,
Ellie.
it's just me. I was trying to sound like a badass.
It's an Ellie original.
You don't need to try.
Oh,
That's cute.
they're so cute. Oh, I thought that maybe there was a way down. I'm scared. Where are they?
Oh.
Oh.
We're moving up to the fob. All clear between checkpoint 3 and 5.
He seems so bored.
You're all good. We can move up.
Okay. Ooh.
They tricked me a couple times because I thought this episode was going to end a while ago.
Same.
Dang. Tank. Dude. That is no joke.
No, that's pretty serious.
Followed by an armored truck. And another armored truck.
Another one. Whoa, okay. They all look like hardened and seasoned.
Damn.
Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Whoa.
Okay, now that the episode is over, I get to say a couple things.
Yes. You've been holding back. You've been holding back this whole time. I could feel it.
Well,
You're
you know,
"Ah!"
it's just interesting what they bring, what they keep, what they don't keep, what they discard, what they add on, and all that stuff. The whole town meeting thing obviously wasn't in the game. The therapist is not even in the game.
I love the therapist.
And so
Gail.
the thing that put Ellie and Dina on their adventure, what kind of launched them forward, was a little bit different in the game. And the way they did it here felt, I guess, in line with how it probably would play out if this was real.
Right.
If you really did have this
community,
a village of people, you know, and it's like you all kind of have to agree on what is happening.
Right, because she's asking for resources. People are resources.
Yeah.
And you have to, if she takes them away, then they're being taken away from protecting the community. So it's a big ask.
Mm-hmm.
And like I already said in the reaction, I'm on the side of the people of Jackson, voted that they wouldn't go. I just don't think it's a great use of resources.
So the faction that we saw in the game, or that we saw in the episode, is called Seraphites. The way they're introduced in the game is very different. This is interesting because you are coming at this from while it's making it very clear with the scars and the outfits that this is a cult, and they even talk about like their spiritual leader who's passed away and
Their
all that
prophet,
stuff.
yeah.
You're getting a lot of backstory about them very early on, which didn't happen, and so that's fascinating because it's coming from a place of empathy for these people.
Yeah, because I just feel I don't know anything about them apart from what I've seen here, and I feel really bad for them because it looks like the wolves are hunting them, and they're just like a little community. They're just trying to find a safe haven. They've got kids with them, or at least one kid.
Right. And so the way they're introduced in the game is, well, for me anyway, it's, you know, I'm not an expert player at video games. I'm more of a casual gamer. But like the way they were introduced to me, they were, you know, formidable. They were scary. The whole whistling thing was like how they communicated with each other. They kind of snuck around. They weren't like military factions just out and about calling out to each other. They were more
like discreet,
guerrilla. You know, so when something would happen, they would whistle. That made them interesting and a little bit more difficult.
Well, that's such an interesting way of communicating and very effective as well across like wide spaces, you know, because you'll be able to hear a piercing whistle and to have that communication down pat. So you're like, oh God, I see people, or I see infected, or whatever.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah. Their method is definitely in line with like guerrilla tactics.
Yeah.
And that makes them scary. And I really liked them as just like an enemy that you had to get past in the game. I thought they were pretty cool, and it was something I wasn't expecting to encounter, and it made sense in that world. Like when you're in a post-apocalyptic situation, like you have a vacuum, and so what's going to happen? Like you have people who turn to religious ideology, and they're very immersed in that in a religious way, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because when it feels like the world around you is falling apart, and especially if you're like surrounded by infected, it can feel perhaps more comforting to turn to a form of religion because, yeah, all of that stuff doesn't make sense.
Right.
So may as well.
So the guy we were introduced to with the Seraphites, I didn't know who he was. You're like, is that the boss? I'm like, I don't remember him.
Well,
And
I mean,
so
was he the boss? And he seemed to be the leader in that situation.
Yeah.
you
But
know?
like, I don't think he's in the game. This is just to introduce us to the Seraphites.
Right.
So
Well,
you're-
he's dead now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you're just getting a lot of information early on. I think there's only 7 episodes in this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Knowing that makes me just a tad anxious because it's like there's only so many episodes to cover what they need to get through the first half of whatever story they're telling. I'm anticipating the same feeling I had when we got to the end of Squid Game season 2.
Right, because it's not a full arc, or like it's
Yeah.
not a full season really. It's more like half a season.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But
I'm fully expecting that though.
yeah, there's a part of me that's enjoying what we're seeing, and like I'm enjoying the for lack of a better word, the culture and getting to know these people and their procedure and all that stuff. On the other hand, I'm like, okay, there's a lot to cover here. Like, let's move forward. So I had a suspicion that we weren't really going to get any action in this episode at all, that it was going to kind of end in the way that it did. But I think that what it explored was still strong, having those emotional moments of just the grief, dealing with the loss of Joel, dealing with the loss of people. The way that Tommy's story is going is different so far.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, I have no idea what's ahead, because they changed things up. Like in the last episode of him fighting, alongside with the bombardment of infected, that was all new.
Well,
And
yeah,
so,
I feel like things are different for Tommy now. It's not just him and Joel anymore, or him, Joel, and Ellie.
Yeah.
Ellie's now pretty much an adult. Like, she's grown up. She's making her own decisions. He's got a son. He's got a wife. He's got a family to take care of his own.
The dialogue between him and the therapist was interesting, because it's almost like it's rewriting the history of Joel and Tommy as I remember it. And please correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you who are experienced with the game. Joel and Tommy both had to do a lot of things to survive.
Yeah.
Questionable things. And it was them together, right? But the way that Tommy was talking here was like, no, that's Joel. And I hope that Ellie doesn't follow in Joel's footsteps and do the things Joel would do. This is a different Tommy than he is in the game, is what I'm trying to say ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the game,
which is fine. I'm not mad at it. I'm just observing it. It's like it's interesting the direction they've taken him.
I like that scene as well, because it's interesting what they were talking about, where Gail was like, it's a question of nature versus nurture, and like nature is 80%. I've actually never heard that about nature being 80%. I don't know if that's like widely believed, but that is an interesting take on it for this, which is like, Ellie's always been that angry person. She's always been that one who's like, she would go for vengeance. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, that is entirely within her nature, and it's not exactly Joel's nurture either. I personally don't agree with her decision to do that, as I've said multiple times, but it is...
To do what?
To go and seek revenge.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, I just think in the grand scheme of things, you're just causing more problems, because people will retaliate. Everyone will keep retaliating. And
I think you underestimate yourself. I think that you would seek revenge.
Really?
Yes. I think you'd figure it out.
When have I sought revenge?
You haven't been put in that kind of a situation. But if you were, I think you would seek revenge. Knowing what I know about you, I think you would go full out and like you'd be taking heads. Scalps. You'd be going for it.
Really?
Yeah. That said, Ellie is someone who's been, born and bred in this environment, in this world. She is more capable. She's been killing since, she was a kid.
Yeah, like you said, she was born when all this stuff was going down already.
Yeah.
So
the entire trek of, first off, seeing his grave and then actually showing us the long journey to Seattle, all that was new. Seeing them in the tent and all that, and then asking about the kiss. Like, by the time they reach Seattle, for me in the game, in my mind and in my heart, they're basically together. I had no question about it. And so what they're doing here is they're exploring something where it's like, well, that's still up in the air. That's a way to go about it. But it's like, it still seems kind of obvious that they're together. I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, according to what the show is telling us, I don't think it's super obvious that they're together. I think it's obvious that that's the trajectory that's going to happen.
She's risking life and all.
I would do that for my friend.
I would do that for some pussy.
And that's where we're different, Jaby Koay.
Maybe I'd do it for a friend.
I would do it for a friend in a heartbeat.
But for a friend, I would try to talk them out of it.
Yeah, and then if they're not, then it's like, all right, let's go.
She already knew that if she tried to talk her out of it, it wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
She's stubborn as hell. I think they're trying to do the thing of like, oh, it's so cute. They're just kind of getting together. But
they resisted the temptation to do what you said, too. There was no kissing in the tent.
I know. I thought that's what was going to happen, because they're like, getting intimate. It's a closed off space.
It builds the tension.
It does build the tension. But even up till now, Dina's going, yeah, because I'm not gay. So,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm just super curious.
Yeah.
And so,
Lesbians hate hearing that shit.
right. But then Ellie's just like, all right, so you're not. It's just a thing that happened. We were drunk and high or whatever. Big whoop.
But she's, they're both young, and Dina's still figuring herself out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, Ellie is so inexperienced.
They both are, but yeah.
But I feel like Dina is so much more aggressive sexually than Ellie is.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like teasing her and all of that. She knows full well what she's doing.
I would strongly
She's not
suggest
innocent.
you do not look at the comments on this video, by the way, because they gave us a hint about something that you completely missed, and I caught it.
I think I know what you're talking about. Do you want me to say it?
No, because there are some people watching this that haven't played the game, and so they don't know what's ahead.
Right.
Tell me which character I'm talking about.
You're talking about and something that happened.
Okay, you said way too much already. You said entirely too much. Jesus, Achara. That's not a hint.
You said which character?
I said which character. Which character?
Oh, okay.
You went and painted the whole damn picture. Now you gotta bleep that whole shit.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So, yeah, they gave us a hint about it. I thought that was actually a very clever way to do that because for the uninitiated, you're not thinking much about that.
No.
Right? And then when you, almost like going back through Harry Potter again and you catch clues that like, oh, J.K. Rowling really had this all mapped out. If you were to go and watch this again after the show is complete, you'll catch that and be like, oh shit, like they told us that.
Yeah, they're making things make sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually a nice, clever little way to deliver that. Most of this episode really just expands on the lore of the game, and like most of this is not in the story that we are familiar with. And I'm of two minds about it. On the one hand, I do like it. I think it's kind of cool. On the other hand, I'm like, I don't know how much we needed that.
I think it's nice. I think it's nice that the show gives us an opportunity to expand on the story from the game emotionally and to allow us to get to know characters in a different way and on a deeper level.
In some ways, it's delivering the same message, just in its own different way. Like the very beginning when she wakes up and she has that like panic and scream, still seeing Joel get killed.
Mm-hmm.
And having to relive it. Same thing from the game, but just done differently. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that. I thought that the whole interaction with the therapist was very realistic. Because she's like so sure of herself, right? And she's saying all the things she's supposed to say. Because as someone who's gone through therapy, it's like, I know what you want me to here, and I'll do all the things. And the therapist will get a little frustrated with me and be like, you're too self-aware. You're too, and they'll get annoyed.
But also it's because you're not fully embracing what the therapy is supposed to be about.
How do you know? You haven't been there. It was my therapy. My time, not yours. And so, anyway.
I'm saying, like,
Ellie wasn't,
in the case of Ellie.
No, she was not.
She's just like, I just need to get out, so let me say all the things. And I think that Gail was smart enough to know that she was bullshitting.
Right.
Which she said, like, even during the town square or whatever, she's like, she's a liar.
I loved that moment in the hospital, though, because I relate so hard. I'm just, like, anxious and just trying to get out. Like, what do I got to say to get free? Just let me say the things. What do you want me to say? I like that moment a lot. And then it's buttoned with when she's walking away and you have that close-up of Ellie. That was a great moment.
That was a great moment, yeah, because it's like gradually just falling off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, the way they handled that. It's all the voting and, will we, won't we, the taking the votes and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, we're getting like I said, we're getting the culture of this town, of this community,
right,
in a way that we didn't otherwise. Not to beat a dead horse, but like I am of two minds. I'm like, on the one hand, that's cool, that's neat, that's something different. On the other hand, I'm like, if they didn't have that, I don't know if I'd care. I wouldn't have. I've been none the wiser.
Sure.
But what I do like that came out of it, that the game, I don't think the game gave us, that I think is super cool, is the relationship with the bigot. That is saying something about our own reality. It's a commentary on our own reality that we sort of take for granted. And it's like the person that we think we hate could actually be the person that has our back.
Right.
And I mean, that's a theme that's actually explored in the movie Crash.
But also, even before this,
mm-hmm.
like for Gail,
mm-hmm.
Joel was the one who killed Eugene, her husband.
Uh-huh.
And she has had to learn to like live with him
mm-hmm.
and forgive him in her own way, or like find a way to live with him.
Okay.
And all of that. And then now you're saying like, okay, so the bigoted guy turned out to be an ally in the end, like he helped them out. What's to say that further on down the line, if you just let it be, the wolves or Abby and her crew or whatever couldn't become friends?
I can't answer that question.
I know you can't. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, maybe that's thematically what they're doing.
You might be onto something there. But I just, as a microcosm, is that the right word? I like that moment. I like that like section of the story quite a bit. Because I've heard it talked about, where you have someone who's liberal living in a neighborhood with conservatives. And, their ideology, fuck me, hold on, I got it. Their ideology, say it for me once.
What are you trying to say?
Ideologically.
They're
ideologically, I can't get the word.
Are you saying they're ideologically opposed?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't. I'm like my dad now. My dad couldn't say the word aluminum. He would say aluminum. Ideologically. Why is it so hard? It's weird when it gets harder as you get older.
Okay.
Ideologically opposed. There,
correct.
I got there eventually.
There you go.
This is what happens when you start learning Japanese. You just f up English.
You've just got marbles in your mouth. Carry on.
They're opposed.
Right.
They're opposed to
Their
each other.
ideologies are opposed.
Their ideologies are opposed.
How about that?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But they're your neighbors, and most likely if shit hits the fan, they're the ones who are going to have your back.
Sure.
Yeah. They're the ones who are going to be there for you. They're your community. They're your immediate community.
Right.
And so that's why I thought that was cool how they included that. In a way, he did his penance. He said, I'm sorry. She didn't forgive him, and he had to just own that. He's like, she doesn't have to forgive you. But he still proceeded, and he's like, here, take my gun. It's better.
Right.
Yeah. We're aligned, you and I. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I just thought that was cool. In a long-winded kind of way. Sorry about that.
No, yeah, that was...
Ideologically opposed.
There you go.
I'm going to be saying it for the rest of the night.
It's just interesting how quickly in this world different factions have arisen, right? So it just kind of landed with me when Ellie was talking about like, oh, I want to save our community, basically. Like, this is us, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking like, okay, this is us, but what about like the bigger us? But there really isn't a sense of that. And I suppose when you're trying so hard to survive, it's
a tribe.
It just, the tribalism becomes so strong.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always like, this is our group. That's them. We don't care about them.
So
they've been doing a lot of that in this show so far.
Well, to your point, one of the complaints I think I saw in the comments is the way they are going about the show gives us too much empathy up front for Abby and the wolves. And so I saw some people who played the game that were getting annoyed, I think, is what I was seeing. I try not to look too hard at the comments because I'm often just like trying to avoid seeing something negative about myself.
Yeah.
And so, but that in mind, this episode sort of, for lack of a better word, redeems that thought, that feeling of the wolves are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, because we just saw them like massacre some people.
Right. And you saw like the formidable army that they have.
Right.
They set you up early, which is great for people who have no experience with the game. Like, they set you up early going, oh, it's just a few of these people. We're going to get them. You know? And there's going to be even fewer of them when we're through with them. But damn, like, they really showed you a full-blown army. There's a negative Nancy in my head that I'm trying to quiet down. At the end of the episode, they showed you this full-blown army, right? And it's like, oh, damn, that's a lot of people. Holy, that's a lot of people they're going to have to fight. But then, sure enough, every time I have that thought with any show, it never pays off. It's never that big of a skirmish.
Well, yeah, because like they scatter them around, and then you have to choose when you come in. Are you gonna be crazy like I am when I play games and just go straight into a situation where there's like dozens of enemies and just run into it and be like, let's melee? No, you wouldn't do that in real life. You'd die.
Remember in season 1? During the sniper sequence, when they had the rumble under the ground, and then it was a bunch of infected, including the bloater and all that. That never came back in season 1. That was it. It was Chekhov's bloater.
Well, the bloater came back last episode.
Yes, but looking at season 1 just as its own story, it didn't come back, right? And so that's what I'm trying to say is like, oftentimes these things are like, it feels like a setup, and then oftentimes the setup never comes back. And that's the negative Nancy in my brain that I'm trying to quiet down, because I'm like, this might be different this time.
Also, regarding the little tendrils that we were confused about.
Was I confused?
We thought that something more was going to happen with the tendrils.
Mm-hmm.
It did, because it called the infected. 'Cause that's what it does. It's the hive mind. It's like how they move with the sun and all that. It's like, come over here. There are people. We can eat them.
I think I knew that.
Okay.
But what did I say? I don't remember what I said. Sometimes people attack me for something in a video. It's like, oh, damn, I shot this like a month ago. I don't remember what I said.
Wait, was it?
I don't want to go through the whole damn video to find out what I said wrong.
No, it wasn't a month ago. It was literally last week.
No, I know that, but sometimes that's what happens, and I'm like, I don't know what I said that pissed you off. Honestly, I'm so sorry.
No, because we were like, oh my god, it didn't really pay off. Like what we thought that it was going to be like a bigger thing, like it was going to like grab the guy or something, but that's not. It was just communicating with the horde.
I don't know. It was more the making out thing, and just never came back. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But I guess it's just on the whole, it's like this is the thing everywhere. Yes. Now it's in the pipes.
Yes, now it's in the pipes.
Yeah. The only thing that frustrates me, honestly, like it was a good episode. It's a solid episode. Put the game aside. No comparisons. It was a good episode, right? Mm-hmm. The thing that frustrates me is I know there's only 7 episodes.
Calm down.
If this was 1 of 10 or 1 of 14, like Daredevil, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I get it. But I don't need most of that if there's only 7 episodes.
You don't know that. Let them do the full 7 episodes, and then you can definitively say, I didn't need that. I mean, you can say that now, and we'll revisit this when we watch the finale. Perhaps. And then you'll say, you know what? What a waste of time this episode was. Episode 3, bollocks.
Well, we were getting the deepening of the relationship between Ellie and Dina, I suppose. And you do get that like vivid feeling of, whoa, like that's a journey. This is how determined Ellie is.
Yes.
Like she's doing all of that alone with Dina.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see the army that she's up against, it's like this is really a David and Goliath situation.
Yeah.
So
she's going for it.
Yeah. There's pros and cons, like anything else.
Mm-hmm. That's life, baby.
Just like a churro.
Wow.
I was gonna do a self-deprecating joke. I'm like, you know what'd be funnier is if I did it about a churro.
Sure.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
a chara cook.
Peace out. Sorry.
Low blow, Jaby. Low blow.
How's that a low blow? I did it to your face.
Shut up.
This is the best part of the video. Made it all worth it. Episode 3 was the best. Who's still watching at this point?